Hey, my beautiful followers. How is everybody doing? How's everybody doing? It is a really good day. I don't know why, but I woke up this morning and it's just... So the day started with me looking out my bedroom window and the sky was just filled with these pink and red and amber streaks across the sky. It was absolutely beautiful, and I only woke up for a second. I only had like a second of consciousness, and I saw it, and I was like, "That is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen." So I saw it, and then I ended up falling back asleep for a little while. And when I woke up, it was already gone, but it was a beautiful start to my morning. And then I got up and I did my yoga thing, and I got a special thing at yoga for attending classes and things like that. And so that was just like fun. It was like a good like little pat on my head ego moment. That was a beautiful fun moment. Had a good yoga class, had some good conversation, had a smoothie afterwards with a friend. And then today everything just seems to be popping into line. Finances are popping into line, manifestations. And then also I have like some plans tonight, which I'm sure you will all see all over Facebook later on tonight, afterwards or tomorrow morning. And that stuff kind of just popped in. It all is just getting in alignment. And today I'm going to do my Christmas tree. So I'm in a good mood. I'm having a good day. It's a good day in the neighborhood for Addison. Yes, love heart showers. I love my heart showers because it is true. I am having a good day. But then I decided to do a video on breakups. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, bring y'all down. I'm like up here, but then like, let's talk about it. And I usually bring like kind of what's going on in my life to you guys a lot of times. And a couple weeks ago, I actually had a breakup with somebody. I chose to kind of end a relationship because there was just things that I was like, this is just not going to go anywhere. Like, I don't see this is going anywhere. But I also saw the beauty of that process. And this time of year, we're getting into the holidays, and a lot of times people will just stick it out. They will just stick it out to stick it out. They'll go, I can't break up with him or her because it's the holidays. You know, that would be wrong. But then they end up spending their entire holiday unhappy. They end up spending the entire holiday unhappy and pissed off that they're with this person. And so that kind of tension throughout the holidays really builds up resentment in a relationship. And also it really brings us out of authenticity and out of integrity because we're going, oh, I can't because... So first of all, we're being a victim, but then also we're pulling ourselves out of our true alignment and our true presence because we're trying to just hang out for this other person because of the holiday season. And then what ends up happening is we get to January and things start blowing up, where people hang out through Valentine's Day, and then shit blows, and it blows big. As a sex and relationship coach, I tell you, it blows big. But I always see in like late November, December, the quarreling really starts. The real discontentment in a relationship starts. And part of that is because we do get into the holiday season where we are just generally more stressed. And when we are in a relationship and there's more stress on one person or both people, what ends up happening is we see the true dynamic of that relationship. We see the true dynamic. We see kind of where both people are, and we don't take the rose-colored glasses off completely, but we start to take the rose-colored glasses off because we sometimes struggle to hold back all that stress. And so we really start to see the person, which is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when we really start to see other people. You know, we really get down and dirty and clean and clear about who that person truly is. And so a lot of times we end up then breaking up. We end up with this disconnection, and really just sometimes it is and I see somebody said, yes, Daniel, bring it to a conclusion. So this is a normal part of life than some potentially traumatizing event. So I think for me, there are times when there's like, we just need distance. We need to transform this relationship. And for it's like, no, this is a clean break off. There are relationships that sometimes it's a break. It's a break. It's a complete, like, no break. But however you want to describe it, we're talking about really disconnecting from a romantic relationship in some form or fashion, or at least transitioning it and having those hard conversations. But when we get in there and we start breaking up, a lot of times egos start flying. We start to really get into the negative. And in truth, all our relationships, especially romantic relationships, hold on, I'm hot. I told you I just came from especially our romantic relationships. So what ended up happening is we learn so much about ourselves. We learn so much about that other person. And so this learning gets thrown to the side. A lot of times we do not recognize it. We do not see it. We don't see our own part in why something isn't working. Or sometimes no one's at fault. Sometimes it truly is both people are just not meant for each other. The energy's not there. It's not that one person did something wrong or didn't do something wrong. It's that the energy isn't meshing. And this goes into all relationships. But I want to stay focused today, especially on those romantic relationships, but remembering that this could go into friendships, colleagues, things like that as well. But there is a beauty in the breakup process, because when we choose to disconnect from somebody, when we choose to change our relationship significantly, what ends up happening is we get to see a different piece of us, and that other person gets to see a different piece of them as well. And so when you choose to really disconnect with somebody, when you choose to break up, as I'm going to just call it, I want you to pay attention to the things you're learning about yourself, the beauty, how that energy happens. And some people are not, that makes them really uncomfortable. Like, this breaking up process makes them really uncomfortable in instead of seeing it as like a transition. So remembering that, having compassion for that, understanding that, but also at the same time, looking at where you can learn. So like I said, a couple weeks ago, I broke up with my man, and I was like, I just don't think that this is working. And that's really what I said. I just don't think this is working. Neither of us, I don't think it's either of our fault, but it's just not working right now. And I went into more detail, but that's intimacy between me and him. But one of the things I said was, like, do you have any feedback for me? I want feedback. Like, I want to learn. I'm all about learning and really wanting to grow. And so I'm going to give you feedback, and I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to go, this is just about me, because the truth is it's not all me. But the truth is, I also recognize it's not all you either. So it's both of us. There's a learning process for both people in any relationship. And so when you're breaking off, it is beautiful. It is a beautiful thing, even if it's uncomfortable, because sometimes it's really fucking uncomfortable, guys. I recognize that. But there's a beautiful process in getting the feedback and holding the feedback. And that's the one thing a lot of people struggle with, just holding the feedback, hearing it. Because even if that feedback is coming at an aggressive way, or a grumpy way, or maybe even angry. Maybe somebody is like, you're this. Because like I said, we all have different reactions to these uncomfortable situations. Even if that is happening, to breathe, to pause, to breathe, to step out of your ego a little and go, what can I learn from this? What can I get from this? Because all criticism, there is some truth in. So there is something, maybe it's not exactly true, but there is always something to learn. There is always a grain of truth of how this other person is seeing you, perceiving you, whatever that might be, in that criticism. So opening yourself up and going, okay, I'm going to hear this. I'm going to hear this. Not I'm going to take it all on, but I'm going to hear this. I'm going to be open to hearing where I can grow, where my energy and this other person's energy didn't mesh, and where I can grow as a human by knowing that, by just having this experience of our energies dancing, because that's what relationships are. There's an energetic dance going on. And so when you're breaking up, to really pay attention to that. And then also to understand that not everyone's going to see breakups in that way. But to really, especially afterwards, to go back, because sometimes when people are breaking up, there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of drama, there's just a lot. We do get in our egos, okay? We are human, okay? So we give ourselves compassion for that, and we go, okay, like I saw that, I see where I didn't maybe handle that correctly, if you're not handling the breakup correctly. But also to really afterwards go back and go, okay, what can I learn? What was the beautiful points of that relationship? What was that trying to teach me? Because it is trying to teach you something. I promise you, all relationships teach us something. And then it is also a very beautiful thing if you can both kind of come to terms with this learning process of giving feedback and accepting feedback. It's just a beautiful dynamic that I think is so important around the holidays, because we do get into this space of like anger and resentment if we're the ones actually holding onto a relationship. I think there's just so much drama around the holidays. So much drama around the holidays. I have several clients right now that are really struggling in their relationships. And then on that note, there is a beauty in breaking up with somebody and just freeing somebody and not holding them, allowing yourself to be free, allowing that other person to be free. A lot of times we go, oh, this is going to be so awful, I'm going to break their hearts, blah, blah, blah. But that is better. That is more loving. That is a loving thing to do, to disconnect from something that is no longer serving both parties, than to hold on just for the sake of holding on. That expands our growth when we are able to just go, this is not working. I love you. I have great love for you, but this is not working. We're going to have to transform this relationship or completely disconnect, depending. But to also step in, if you need to break up with somebody, to just do it, to not hold on because of this or that other thing, because I promise you what's going to end up happening is you're just going to build up more resentment. You're just going to be sending out this negativity, especially if you're having sex with that person. You're going to be sending this negativity into that other person. And that's a whole nother topic, sharing energy in sex. But you do not want to create that level of vibe in yourself or in another human being. So, in this holiday season, really look, where are your relationships? Are there ones that you need to disconnect from, separate from, completely break all ties? And if you choose to do that, go in with an open mind to really hear, really experience, really understand the learning process and what you need to take from it, and also having compassion for that other human and however they need to react. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go on with my amazing fucking day that I'm having today, and I hope you guys step into your amazing day. If you're in the DFW area this Saturday, I have Female Orgasm Camp coming up, otherwise known as Winter Wanderlust, on my schedule. I also, next week, I will be doing a puja, a tantric integration puja. If you've ever attended pujas, this is not like any other puja you've ever attended. So please don't compare. I've gotten lots of people going, oh, I went to this white puja or that red puja. Is it like this? Are you going to be doing that? It's completely different. Please just go and read the description. It is not like most pujas. We are going to be in action. We're going to be learning. We're going to be growing, expanding, but it's all about self and a little bit of connection with others, but mainly about self. So it's an amazing event. I love these pujas. They really are expansive. And then I will be at the Austin Tantra Festival on the 13th through the 15th. I will be teaching with some other amazing practitioners. Kendall Williams will be there. Scotty O and Melanie. There's a whole bunch of practitioners on that will be presenting. So please check that out. If you're in the Austin area, the Dallas area, if you can get there, then please check that out. And you can find all those events, all the happenings, all my sale, because I have the Elf Made Me Do It sale going on right now. So if you ever wanted coaching, now is the time to do it. I have all that happening on my website at addisonvale.net. All right, guys, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.